Divers, trashers, scrappers, and stashers, hello and welcome. I am the Bearded Diver, and accompanying me, messing up already, is Dumpster Marcus, as always.
Hey everybody, it's Dumpster Marcus, and we have a special guest today, and it's Dumpster Dan.
Hey guys, I'm Dumpster Dan here. If you guys might be familiar with me with my Instagram page, it's at Dumpster Dan3, and I also have a YouTube channel at Dumpster Dan if you want to check that out.
All right.
Check him out. His YouTube channel will be in the links down below. He finds so much stuff. He mainly goes for food, which he gets ridiculous amount of stuff I can't even explain. But how do you get into dumpster diving?
All right, so it's kind of a personal story, but so it started out like I've always been a huge runner, a huge cyclist, just a real endurance athlete. And during my junior year of high school, it kind of spiraled out of control, really. Towards the end of the year, I was just exercising way too much, not eating enough, and just really struggling with anorexia. And it got to the point where I was sent inpatient into the hospital for 3 weeks. And just prior to going in, I had seen a few videos on dumpster diving. So that kind of, when you're in the hospital for 3 weeks and you have absolutely nothing to do in there, your mind kind of wanders. And I really just got focused on dumpster diving. I really wanted to try it out. So as soon as I got out, I gave it a shot and I started finding stuff right away. And it kind of helped me replace like all my exercise with something else to do, really. So that's how I like first got into it, and it just grew from there. Started finding more and more. Yeah,
That's
A life-saving hobby, if you will.
yeah, really.
That's awesome, man. All right. So we're kind of winging this. If you guys wonder why we're gonna stutter around here,
Yeah,
I think we're
doing a live video.
Yeah, the live feed is our first rodeo, and we're glad to have Dan. I'm real happy he decided to come on here with us. We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Maybe this will be a recurring thing. Maybe Dan will come back with us. Who knows? Let's see. What's your favorite stores to hit? Like, where do you like to go the most?
So for me, there's really two types of stores that I like to hit. One is obviously for all the food I find. So a lot of pharmacies, I guess, and then also office type stores. Find the more tech stuff that's more sellable. Try to pay off college a little, you know.
Oh yeah, you're still in school, right?
Yeah, I'm a freshman in college, so.
Oh, that definitely helps. I hit office stores from time to time, and I know you can find all kind of good supplies in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are my two favorite, but I hit just about everywhere. Open to all different types of dumpsters still.
Oh, like the rest of us, once you get into it, it's just you see a dumpster, you got to look because you never know.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. But for the most part, you would say diving for food would be your main claim to fame.
Yeah,
that's what you would go for the most.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. It's kind of hard to read my writing. Throw something out there, Marcus. What you
got? Expiration dates. What do you think about expiration dates on food?
So yeah, expiration dates. So like during my time diving, I've gotten really passionate about like researching food waste and all the environmental impacts it has and all the social impacts it has as well. And expiration dates are a huge factor playing into all this food waste we have occurring in our society. And basically, there's no federal regulatory system behind any expiration dates other than baby food. So the expiration dates you see on the package are actually put on there by the company themselves. And it's common practice to put those dates a little premature so that it forces the stores to throw them out so they can cycle in the new product. And it's the best by date. Like in theory, it means like the food is freshest at that point. And any date after that doesn't necessarily mean it's gone bad. It just means it's not like at its peak freshness, whatever that means to you.
Awesome. See, what would you say would be just too far gone? So I'm in a dumpster, and most times, like I said, we've talked prior. I do find food from time to time. Actually, Marcus and I, our first time chatting on the screens here, I actually ate my first piece of dumpster food. It was a cookie. He was like, just go ahead and eat it. I'm like, I don't want to, but I ate it. Nothing wrong with it. No problems at all, you know. Because, I mean, in the end, it's just a date. But say you found one that was 3 years old. Where do you stand on that?
So what I like to say is use your senses. You know, like, I mean, really, we have evolved biologically over millions of years to develop these pristine senses to detect anything that could be wrong with our food. So if it, I mean, obviously if it smells bad, if it looks rotten at all, and if it tastes sour, to it, yeah, like anything like that, it's your body trying to tell you that there's something not right with the food. So really just trust your sense, and if something's off, then I'd stay away from it because we've evolved to detect those things within our food.
Awesome. Now I know when I hit GNC, like I have used supplements out of the can, and I try to stay away from dairy products. Like that's the one thing I'm like, are you about the same on that? Or if you find them real fresh, would you take them?
I mean, most of the stuff I find is it doesn't go as bad as fast as dairy. Like dairy and meat, I would be the most skeptical about taking. But I don't find a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, I find a lot of hot dogs in the Dollar Tree. Hot dogs and like bologna.
Yeah, but it's like I'm not sure if I want to eat hot dog from the dollar store anyway, so I'm just going to stay away from that.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing.
That sounds like a bad time all day, every day.
Yeah, it does.
But you mostly find like tons and tons of candy and stuff, and candy is like there's so many preservatives and everything. Them things will last forever.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, like, we turned a room in our basement just for storing, like, this dumpster food we had, and I still have stuff in there from, like, a year ago when I started diving, and all of it's still perfectly fine. Like, I've gone there.
I found pretzels in Staples dumpster. I guess Staple carries some foods. And they were 2 years old, and I was like, well, I'll take them because they're in that big plastic container.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I could probably use this container for like storage or something. And I tried the pretzels; they were perfectly fine, and they were 2 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, these are good.
Yeah, it depends on the product, really. I mean, all the preservatives in there, it's not like it's going bad anytime soon.
Yeah. Most people you hear, oh, I'm eating food out of the garbage, and they're like, oh, that's gross. But like, it's in a bag. Inside of a box, like most food is in a package, and they throw it away inside of a bag. It's not like you're rubbing it around the dumpster and then you're like, oh, let's eat this.
Yeah. There's a lot of stigma around it. I mean, yeah.
I don't know what I was going to say.
Brain fire.
Like there is like a valid reason to be concerned. Obviously, I mean, food contamination, it can be very serious and very deadly, but it's almost like it's overhyped to a certain extent, or like there's like I don't know. I feel like if I turn on the news, it's always there's a lot of stories on when you should always throw out your food after the expiration date and food safety stuff like that. But I don't know. Just use your senses, I would say.
I agree with that. So would you hit like a fast food joint? Like a McDonald's or a Burger King or any of that crap? Like,
if I was desperate for a meal, like, yeah, I would go for it. But it's not like I'm going to be hitting that on a weekly basis.
I fully believe, since I've gotten into dumpster diving, like, if I were to go homeless tomorrow, I wouldn't starve. And I firmly believe I wouldn't starve, and I wouldn't be homeless for long, because as much profit as there is out here in these cans, I mean, there's just no reason you couldn't turn it around and get back on your feet.
Yeah, like I always find comfort in the fact that if everything in my life goes terribly wrong, I could still be homeless and not starve. Just because I always have recourse to that thought.
I support it.
We got Tricky Goblin in the feed saying, I've eaten all types of food in the dumpsters. So,
hey, I support it. It's good for you. It's good for me. I like that we have 13 people watching. That is way more than I suspected. And
yeah, that's a decent amount.
Thanks. Hit that like button, or don't hit it, or hit that thumbs down like somebody's already done. Whatever you want to do. You know, if you know me, it's like, subscribe, or don't. So either way you go, I'm going to give you all options, so you can't say that I forced you. But what do we got next? All right, so you went out, you went diving, you got a bunch of candy, some canned food. What are you going to do with it now? Are you going to take it home and put it in the cabinets? Are you going to feed it to your family? Are you going to give it to your friends? What do you do with the food you find?
All right. Yeah, so when I was still in high school, I would bring the food home, and it would take about about 2 months for me to like fill up an entire room in our basement, and then once that fills up, we sort of package it all up and we bring it to like a low-income food pantry by our house. And I'm not 100% sure if they knew it was coming from the dumpster, but they gladly accepted it. So that was kind of our outlet for all the food. But now that I'm at college, I just kind of like bring the food there, set up shop in like the lobby of some of the dorms, and just have the kids come by and take what they want.
That's what's up. I bet you're like, man, I wish I'd find a whole crate of ramen noodles.
Yeah.
That's what the college kids want.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. I support that. Giving back to the community just because you can. I like that.
Yeah, it's always real fun just to sit out there and just, you know, chat with people, tell them where the food's going, why why they should have it, all the how you're saving it from the landfill, that sort of stuff. It just, I don't know, I find it really entertaining, satisfying to
I would love
treat like that.
I would let them eat it first and be like, hey, that came out of a dumpster. What's up?
Do you tell everybody that it came from a dumpster?
Yeah. I actually put like a big sign by it that says like help fight food waste, you know, enjoy, and where it's from and all that. So yeah.
I found I have a Gertrude Hawks in my town, and I always find candy and stuff like that. But I'm vegan, so I can't eat any chocolate or nothing like that. So I bring it all to work, and all my friends from work know it's from the dumpster. They're like, man, this is Gertrude Hawks chocolate. I'm eating this. And I was like, you know what, man, I'm not gonna eat none of it.
Just shoveling it in. I found a whole crate of mints in a Party City, but it's mints. I didn't think nothing of it, but they were all packaged and sealed and whatever. I took them to work, and they ate them things like hotcakes. It was 2 whole crates, and they were gone within like 45 minutes. Food.
Someone asked if you ever found bags of beef jerky in the dumpster.
Yeah, actually I do.
Them things will last forever.
All the flavors, man. Buffalo, plain, whatever, it's there.
Beef jerky, anything dehydrated like that will last forever unless it gets wet or anything like that. I don't see why that would even have an expiration date on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ate
dehydrated food.
I ate
it can last a while.
Stuff. My one friend, he inherited his grandfather's house, and there was canned food down there from like 1970s. We all got drunk the one night, and we're like, oh, let's eat these food. And we had like pickles and stuff from like the jar said 1978 it was jarred and everything. And they were still good.
Gross.
My friend's mom didn't think it was a good idea after we ate them, but hey, it wasn't bad.
So what's your favorite time to go diving? Are you a daytime guy like me? Because I'm all about daytime. Are you a nighttime guy like Marcus?
All right, I'm kind of the split between the two. When I was still in high school, I bike to school, so I would just hop on my bike, and like my school's surrounded by like a ton of like there's a mall like half a mile away, so there's tons of stores around. I go hit my routes there, and that's all like 2-3 o'clock. But now I just tend to go during the night on the weekends now. But yeah, I would say my favorite time, or I think it's best to go at night, just because for me that's where I haven't got caught the most. Or also, if you go really early in the mornings on the weekends, that's a really good time too, because no one's out at that time.
Yeah,
like 6 in the morning on Sunday.
There's like that period. I can't wait for the morning tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday, obvious. I can't wait, because I like to get up, cook breakfast, and then like 9:30 just kind of cruise it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So let's see. We talked prior about diving for food, and here's the problem I have. Like, I'm not against diving for food. I've said it on my channel that I'm not going to eat out of the dumpster, but you know, the more you evolve, the more you kind of come to these things like the stuff I find. Everybody's like, oh, you dumpster dive, everything in there's so nasty and gross. Yeah, well, I haven't come across many things that are that nasty. Like, I'm barefoot in a dumpster, which everybody seems to love me to. But I'm starting to think, you know, I'll pick stuff up just for snacks at work, or, you know, just for me, because I doubt the family's going to care to eat any of the stuff in the dumpster, or my wife anyway. But I come across a lot of locked dumpsters for food, like CVS's and pharmacies of the sort, and then like Aldi's. My Aldi's, I actually made a video about it. They lock the dumpster, but the top's wide open. Now, when I look in there, there's always like crates of plums and all kind of good stuff, and I love plums, and I want them. But they wait out there, or they sit and watch through the peephole. So when people jump in there, they got like some concoction sitting over here by the door, and they'll hawk it in on you. And like they do this to people around here, and I'm just like, hell with that.
Going in
I definitely haven't encountered any of that. Like them actually throwing things on the food. I mean, that's almost like a health and safety issue of them contaminating it. Like, I'm just trying to destroy the product, cut it off, don't put things on it. That's potentially dangerous.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Just honestly, if these places would just ruin the food, period, they'd keep us all out of the dumpster.
Yeah.
Our food or products, if you would just totally destroy it, we wouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
I only have one store in my area. It's an Aldi, and that's the only store that actually isn't locked. And they don't really care because I've been there a bunch of times, and they came out and they like just looked at me, and they threw the stuff in the dumpster and walked back in. But like all my other stores, the one store I know, they have a dumpster in the back, but they have a security guard 24 hours walking around the building the whole day and night, which is crazy. And all the other food stores are locked dumpsters. And I have a Sam's Club in my area. I don't know if you guys have Sam's Club.
Yeah.
It's like a Walmart type deal, but like a
Walmart, but more expensive.
And they just have an actual food dumpster, and they don't throw any trash in it. They just threw fruits and vegetables in it, but it's locked. And I got in there like once or twice, and it was like a regular dumpster, and it was like just half filled with just fruit. And I was like, oh, I got so much stuff that one time, but like it's locked all the time.
Mm-hmm. I really wish.
Yeah, that's like.
Say what?
I was gonna say that's like Aldi's, and I have a Walmart by my house that's like that. And yeah, every time you go there, it's like literally dumpsters half filled with just fresh fruits and veg like that.
Yeah, that's how my Walmart is. They got the two big old produce bins, and they smell so good because I've tried to hit them, and they smell really good, but they got the big old padlocks on them.
Yeah.
I almost wish there would be a time of day they could just be like, open the top and be like, get it out of here if you want to get it out of here. I would even sign a waiver to most stores. Like, let me sign this off. If I get hurt in your dumpster, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why most stores don't even donate it, because a lot of people, when I go dumpster diving, they're like, oh, they're throwing all this stuff away. Why can't they donate it? Well, they can't donate it because most stores, well, especially for food, they think health reasons, and they don't want to get sued or anything like that. And then with regular items like, anything in the dumpster, like this microphone, say, if they threw it away, they have to throw it away, because if they don't, they have to pay for it. But if they throw it away, they can write it off and get their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But for food, the only reason they don't do it is they don't get sued, which, they could probably obviously sign some kind of paperwork saying, I'm not responsible for what you do with this food, and donate it to a food bank, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars they just throw away. Like on your Instagram pictures, you get so much stuff. It's like that last one you got, all that vegan food, that was like probably over $500, $600 you have there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But about stores like donating their food like that, there's actually the Good Samaritan Act of 1997, and that it actually protects stores from the liability of people getting sick like that. But it's just a relatively unknown act and they just kind of push it to the side and act like it doesn't exist. But as long as they're donating to a nonprofit in good faith, it protects them from liability.
Wow.
Huh.
Well, my stores don't know about it, because my stores throw everything out.
Yeah. In my experience, they just pretend it doesn't exist.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
With so many people that are poor and homeless around here, and my town, there's a lot of people that are homeless, and there's a lot of shelters and stuff that people could donate and stuff, but stores could do a lot more better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But in all reality, you're talking about the vegan food being over $500. That was like 3 items, right? Because vegan food is expensive in my area.
It depends. I know he got a bunch of these vegan treats, and there's 4 little things in them, and they're like $5.99.
Jesus.
I never bought them. I seen them that he got them. Like, oh, are they good? Because I never bought them, because they're $6 for 4 little things like that.
I feel like being vegan would just piss me off. I'd be like, I'm still hungry, but I can't afford to eat anymore.
I only spend about $80 a week on food, and that's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks.
Is that the whole family too, or just
No,
for
that's
you?
just me. but it's not that expensive.
And it'd probably be about the same if you went to McDonald's anyway. So, yeah, I support it. Well, I keep having all these good things I want to ask, and then I just totally forget them. Maybe I should write some of this stuff down. Anything good in the comments we got going on, guys? Let's see.
Let me see. If anybody got any questions, we're gonna do like a bunch of questions at the end of the video. So write questions in the comments, and we'll ask Dumpster Dan some questions.
So, I mean, hell, you can ask anything you want. If you want to aim them at him, go for it. You want to aim them at us, go for it. All three of us, we'll give you all three sides because we do seem to be different divers, and that's kind of neat. Which I don't come across many divers in my area, period. So if I've got to meet you guys over the line, then that's the way it's going to have to be.
Yeah, in your town, do you have a lot of competition? Do you know other people that dumpster dive?
I feel like I've popularized it a lot in my area. Like a lot of kids like that I go to school with, they've seen my Instagram, so they've gotten into it. Like one of the days I didn't hit my routes, and one of my friends texted me a picture. Hey Matt, look what I found. He sends me a picture. 2 brand new, or not brand new, but 2 Xboxes working from GameStop.
Really?
I'm like, oh man, yeah, don't go. Some kids snag it from me. Not from me, but you know.
So when you go dumpster diving, you go to all dumpsters in your area, or you just have like certain dumpsters you like to hit?
I mean, for the most part, I go to all of them that have a decent chance of throwing out stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many dumpsters do you think you would hit in a night?
I just went like just before I got on this call, so I probably hit maybe a dozen of them.
Really?
It was a further out, but yeah.
Oh, nice. I hit about maybe 20 dumpsters a night in my area. I only drive 1.8 miles from my house to all the dumpsters and home. Dang. How far is yours away? Close?
If I stay like with like my really local route, it's maybe 7 miles total.
That's not
but
bad.
I can drive up to like 45 minutes away. So it's not the most fuel efficient, but yeah.
I know Sergeant Cannabinoid. He's another dumpster diver that dumpster dives for food that I follow. And I think he said he drives like 100 miles.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, because he lives in like,
Just move
I
closer.
guess, the country.
I'm just hitting cans on opportunity. Like we go to Aldi's every week to buy groceries anyway. So when I'm in the area, it's GameStop, Office Max, GNC, you know, any relevant dumpsters to that area.
Exactly.
And then on my way home every day, I hit that recycling bin that everybody on my channel seems to love. Oh, computers! I want free computers. So
Your recycling bin is ridiculous.
Oh, dude, I know. And then you're over here in my ear telling me, dude, you're missing all this money. That right there's worth this. That's worth this. Now I'm just like, money.
Can you explain that recycling bin for me? I've seen it in videos a few times.
Well, check it out. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a legitimate recycling center, if you will, but it's in a parking lot and it kind of runs off faith.
Uh-huh.
So, like, there's a police department right here, and then there's a recycling center, if you will. There's cardboard, there's glass, there's plastic, you know, the essential sorting unit, and then there's one for just trash. But then there's the big bin that you always see me in, and it's made for, like, the big TVs and stuff like that the normal trash route I pay for won't pick up. They won't touch it. But if you put it in there, somebody else will come and they'll take it away. But people in this town have figured it out, like, I'll just throw stuff in here, period. So that's why you get such a variety, because people are like, well, I don't want to throw it in the dumpster because I don't want to waste it. So I'll take it over here. Somebody might pick it up and go through it, or, you know, I just don't have to deal with it anymore if I throw it in there. And I mean, I'm talking stuff from video games to, like, bed-bug-ridden mattresses have been in there.
Yeah.
So that's why that recycling bin's so good, is because you never know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I wish I had one in my area.
Well, I don't know about your area, but like my area, if you go to a public dump, like I don't know what your dumps are like, but you know, you got just where you throw your trash at normally, and then a lot of them will have a little recycling center like that, and then they'll have a bin that you'll put TVs or printers or things like that in. It's the same concept. And if you go to a public dump, this is for people within your area. If you go to a public dump and you have one, just ask. Because most times they don't care, because somebody has to pay to get rid of that crap.
Yeah.
Like I've done it before. Like, hey, do you care if I get in there? Nah, man, take it all. Which, if you're scrapping like Marcus and myself, I mean, there's copper in the yolks from those TVs, so you could potentially get a good payout if you did it enough.
Yeah.
Let's
Now,
see.
when you find items dumpster diving other than food, do you sell items or do you donate stuff or do you keep stuff?
Yeah, so if it's sellable on eBay, I'll throw it up on there, see what I can get for it. But I'm at college now, so it just kind of like really grindy process for me to go drive all the way out there to the post office and drop it off and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
right now I just give it away. But yeah, I just throw it up on eBay. Not so much anymore.
I gotta throw this question in there because it made me laugh. Resale Vulture asked, when you're dating a new girl, how long do you wait until you tell her about your diving habit? Is this a first date statement?
Oh, it probably comes up pretty soon.
Well, you know, girl, we're not going to McDonald's tonight. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take you out back CVS and show you what's up.
Yeah, we're eating good tonight.
That's awesome. And
I would
say
tell a girl on the first. I wouldn't care.
oh,
Well, I have dumpster Marcus recycling right on the back of my truck, so you probably know I do stuff with garbage. So I don't know if a girl's not gonna like me because I go dumpster diving. That's not the girl I want to be with.
Exactly.
It's like you guys are probably like myself. Once people start to know you for the first time, like the first 10 minutes, you're like, "Hey, do you know I dumpster dive? Check out this computer I found."
Exactly.
And Giant Felt asks, "Is it legal in Florida to dive?" None of us live in Florida. And in
Yeah.
the last podcast, which you may not have seen it, we discussed it's just about your area because it may be legal in mine and not in yours. It's by counties. It's not really by state.
Yeah, it's by counties.
So you really just have to. I mean, what would you say, Marcus? You can get on Google and probably dig up your town ordinance. Would you think?
Yeah, you go to your town laws and you can find it there. But I know a lot of people that dumpster dive in Florida. I'm not sure what towns, but it's legal there.
Yeah, I know a few dive in Florida too. And yeah.
All right,
All right,
Outlaw says, "What is the best food you ever found in the dumpster?"
Ooh, the best food? I don't know. Just like, I just came back with maybe, who knows, $200 worth of Krispy Kreme donuts, and that's going to be pretty good.
Were they hot and ready?
What's that?
So were they hot and ready? Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Either way, were they hot and ready?
Pretty much, yeah. Just
Awesome.
and they snagged them.
Well, I worked at Krispy Kreme for about 2 years. I was the baker there, and at the end of the night, the donuts that are on the shelf, they used to chuck them, and the stores, they deliver to stores. Some stores have Krispy Kreme donuts, and they would go to the store and bring the new donuts, and if there's donuts on the shelf, they'd bring them back, and then they chuck them right in the garbage. And all the donuts were like, 2-3 days old, not even. And I'd say go to Krispy Kreme all the time because we used to throw away thousands of dollars worth of in the dumpster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some other good food places that I like would probably be like GNC. Like you can come home with some big dollar supplements. I mean, some of those bags of protein that can be like $50-$60.
Dude,
Yep.
I know. I haven't figured out their total schedule yet, my GNC, but it seems to be like quarterly, if you will. But every time I find that haul, it's usually like 2 or 3 boxes full, and a lot of that stuff's still in date, like considered by their standards in date. Like it's like it might be 10/16, and 10's not even over yet. So
My GNC is in my mall, and you can't go dumpster diving in my mall because it's like how the mall is. The dumpsters are in like this whole fenced-in area, so all the stores could go on their hallway and throw the stuff in the dumpsters. So I'm kind of let down.
I would love to dive at a mall. I've had this thought. I guess I'll put it out here because in case any of you guys can get a hold of them, I feel like it's good money. I know that people love to sell like the Nike Jordan shoes. Tell me this. You go to a shoe store and they're throwing away the Jordan boxes. I feel like those boxes would be valuable because people reselling them would be like, if I had a box, that's $20-$30 more I could get on this product. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if I can find the boxes, I'd sell them for $10 a piece.
It depends
Yeah.
on the person, because a lot of people collect shoes and they don't even wear them. They'll just buy shoes just to put them on the shelf.
Like I've done a similar thing with Pokemon games. Like if you find the cases for the Pokemon DS games, you can throw those on eBay for like $10, easy money.
And,
Oh yeah, because everybody. I mean, most Pokemon games I'll buy are loose with the intention that I'll find the case.
Mhm.
Haven't found them yet, but one day.
Exactly, one day.
Sandy Bow, I see you out there. She asked, "Do you run into security cameras when you dive?" I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Most I have
yeah, they're inevitable.
like my GameStop. There's one right there. Like here's the camera.
Mhm.
Here's my dumpster. I just wave at it and go on. What do you, I mean?
Exactly.
It's not posted. It's not locked. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more looking for people who's like dumping stuff in the dumpster at that point.
Or kicking in your
Doesn't
back
really work
door.
whenever, so, yeah.
Unless they have a reason, they probably don't ever watch it.
Yeah.
What other questions we got out there? What's the most valuable item you have found diving?
Probably this laptop I'm talking to right now. Like it was like $800 Toshiba.
Is that the one? Is that the one you have on your Instagram?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, it was actually like brand new. Like it was running Windows 10 like a week after Windows 10 came out.
Nice.
That's what's
So
up.
it's a really good find.
best thing I ever found this year was that TurboTax software. I found a huge box of TurboTax software. There was probably like 30 some TurboTaxes. And I didn't think anybody would buy those. I'll be like, oh, it's end of tax season. It's already over. I'm like, I'm going to throw them up on eBay just to see. I sold every one of those in a matter of 5 days. I made like over $700.
And just so you guys out there watching knows, I learned a valuable lesson this weekend. Hey, look at that. He's got it.
Yeah, they're TurboTax, man. It's good stuff to sell.
Turn this little segment right here into a lesson for you all, because I learned this lesson this week. Like Marcus said, he didn't think TurboTax would sell. He watched my video I put up Friday and taught me a lesson I'll probably never forget. There was a bunch of office phones and like supplies in there, and he sent me a text and he's like, "Dude, to tell me you got that, this one box in there is worth $250." He's like, "Those phones are like $20." And luckily there was 2 boxes in there still with more phones in there, and he's not lying. Like 10 of these go for $100 on eBay. And this is just for parts. Like this isn't working. So always, if you're out diving or you're about to get into diving, you're like, man, is this going to sell? Can I sell this? Look it up on the spot, or just take it and look it up later, because you're going to kick yourself later if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like I potentially walked on what, like $1,000 potentially.
Yeah. This has nothing to do with dumpster diving, but when you got up, you were sitting on a Red Wings chair. Are you a Red Wings fan?
I'm from Michigan, so I'm not too big into hockey, but sure, I'm a Red Wings fan, I guess.
Flyers fan.
Red Wings fan right there.
I got
I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan, so
What's up, Penguins?
I don't like the Penguins.
Penguins, huh? Penguins.
No, the Penguins suck. Someone asked, what is the best camera to use while dumpster diving?
Ooh.
Well, it probably all depends. If anybody has a cell phone, that's probably the best camera you'll get, because most cell phones cameras are awesome. But I film with a GoPro.
Well, that's the whole thing. You got to rewind that question. What are you looking to do? Because I know both of you guys are just like myself. Before you got into diving or posting on YouTube, you watched somebody else do it. Maybe not, but you probably did. Now, How many videos did you see with somebody holding a phone like this, and they're all over the place digging with one hand, and now you're watching like the bottom of the dumpster? So you got to ask yourself, well, what's the best camera? No, what do you want to do? Because when I got into it, I was like, I don't want people looking at the can over here while I'm diving over here. So I bought a GoPro, or my wife bought me one actually, and I clip it to my hat. So you see everything I see. I don't fumble with the camera. It might get shaky, or I might forget the angle, and you might see the base. But like Marcus, he clips his on the dumpster, so you got the light. You got to ask yourself, what do you want to do? And then go from there, because like you said, most cell phones can do better than a lot of other cameras.
Mm-hmm. I typically go for like a GoPro and just like get a chest mount, just strap it on and go.
See, that works too. I'm lazy, so I was like, because initially I was gonna go for a chest mount or like a strap. But I don't want to take my hat off either. So I was like, do I want to strap this thing on every time, or what do I want to do? So I get this. I research. Research is your best friend in this kind of world, and I found a clip, like a bag clip, that had just a GoPro mount. So just bam, right to the hat. Make sure you wear a good bill hat. You're good to go. Now, GoPros don't have lights on them, so if you're in the dark, it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Someone asked, what was the most disgusting thing you ever found in the dumpster?
All right, so let's see. At Office Max, I walked in there, and there's like an entire carcass of a dead deer. It just kind of took me by surprise, just like lying there.
That's funny.
I found I was looking for GNC, but I guess I hit a Chinese restaurant, and there was like a whole bin full of stripped chicken carcasses.
Oh man!
Like I don't know how they stripped them like this, but it was just rot on top of rot, and it was gaggable. It was gaggable.
I don't think ever. I don't know, nothing really grosses me out anymore. I go dumpster diving all the time, but my GameStop shares their dumpster with Subway, and in the summer when it's 90 degrees out and you go there, it smells right.
Yeah, food dumpsters can be rough in the summer, like a hot fart in a Taco Bell trash can or something. Just to clarify, I see Half-Ass Picker asked, or he states, the Bearded and Marcus live in Michigan, right? Nope. I'm not going to tell you where I'm from, but I will tell you that I'm the only one down south.
Pennsylvania. That's where I live.
Yeah, and I'm from the Mitten, Michigan.
Let's see, there's only one Michigan guy in here.
What is the highest priced game you guys found in the dumpster?
Did you see my Super Nintendo find, guys? Anybody?
No, when you post that?
This was early in the YouTube career. You know, way back in the day. I found Super Metroid. I think Mario Kart was in there. Zelda. God, what else was in there? I mean, there was a bunch of good $20 poppers. Like it was a good find. I'll send you a video later to show you.
Now, do you play video games, Matt?
What's that?
You play video games?
I used to. I mean, I just don't have the time now with all my classes.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, yeah. But the best game I probably found, like, I found one of the discs to GTA 5 at one of my GameStops. So I'm like, you never know, I might come across the second. So I took it with me, and then like the next day, I go to a GameStop on the other side of town. I found the second disc. So
nice.
Yeah. That was probably my best game I found.
Here's one. Say what? Go.
I was gonna say the best one I found. It wasn't in a dumpster. It was in someone's personal trash. It was spring cleaning, and I seen like a stereo, so I'm like, oh, I'll stop and get the stereo for metal. And they had a box. This was at least 2-3 years ago, and it was filled with probably like 20 to 25 N64 games, and I'm talking about like Mario Kart, like all the expensive Mario games, like I even forgot how many there were or which ones they were, but there was tons and tons and tons. It was crazy. GameStop, you know, I don't really find expensive games.
I did find was it Star Wars Battlefront for the original Xbox, which is like a $20 game still, or it was at the time. I found that in the GameStop dumpster, so that was pretty sick little find.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see any more.
Hang on, I just have one. It was for Marcus. Oh, how many game systems has you found in one night?
System?
Like the
probably
console.
just one. I never find consoles that much.
Dude,
Best one I probably found was one night. Okay, I found 3, and that was during. That was also like spring cleaning. I have in my town only 1 day or 1 week out of the whole year. You can throw out whatever you want. And I found a Super Nintendo, a Nintendo, and Intellivision.
Intellivision? What?
Yeah.
That's what's
cool.
up.
I still have it too.
I think the most I found 3 Xboxes and a Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
And they all worked. I was like, what's up?
The most I got is just like a single Xbox. I almost barely found consoles.
Yeah, they are becoming harder to find,
Mhm.
which I think a lot of this YouTube fame we're giving dumpster diving is killing this.
For sure.
But then again, it seems to do this. It seems like people get bored with it and they'll stop. But then that'll pick up for us, and we'll have a good score here and there, and then people are like, "What? He found that?" And then it just kicks it right back up.
Mhm.
Or that seems to be my take on it.
Well, I used to have at least maybe 10 or more competitions in my town, people going dumpster diving and everything. And since scrap metal went down, I know a lot of people that just went dumpster diving for scrap metal. And since scrap metal's so down, like I think I see like 3 people dumpster diving, because most of the people that I know in my town go at night, and that's when I go too. And I rarely see people anymore.
Daytime, I'm hitting it before you wake up, son. Hi. Let's see. We got one here that's asking, do we take dumpster diving more as a hobby, or can it be a job? It can be a job. Marcus can attest to that. If you watch his channel, if you don't, you need to watch it more, because this man, he kills. Me, it's more of a hobby for me. When I have time, you know, I'm starting to slowly get into selling and making money, but Marcus and I have full-time jobs like we've stated before. Everybody likes to think we don't, but we do. So this is a hobby and just extra profit, I guess you'd say. You could take a shot at it if you want to, Marcus.
Yeah, if you really want to do dumpster diving and scrapping and selling stuff from dumpsters as a full-time job, 100% you could do it. Last year I made a lot of money dumpster diving and selling stuff and all that, but you know, I got a family, I got a mortgage, I got a $600-some mortgage I got to pay each month, so
it's got to be that constant income. You got to know that your money's coming every week.
Because you guys might know, you know, like not every time you find something. Sometimes, what's the longest you guys ever went without finding something? Because I went, it was about almost 2 weeks, and that's hitting 20 dumpsters every night, and I didn't find anything about 2 weeks, and then it started picking up again. But
I don't usually have such a dry spell like that, but mine, like all the commercial dumpsters, if you will, they'll slow way down. But my recycling bin, when it slows down and they slow down, it's usually like 1 or 2 decent things a week. Or maybe they're not even decent, and I'm just like, okay, power cables, I can scrap that. Or a VCR, I could sell that because people like VCRs. I mean, so my stuff slows down. It's not as dramatic as not finding anything. It's just not as good.
I probably had like a 3-week period where I didn't find anything, and I was getting really burned out during that time. But I'm glad it came to an end, because man, I was probably close to stopping, just getting really dismayed with it. But it did back out. It always does. It comes in waves.
yeah, and you always have to go every night, because if I don't go one night, I'll be like, oh man, did I miss something?
It'll kill you.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, you know, you'll go to the dumpster and there won't be one thing in there, and the next day you go there, it's filled to the top. So you have to go every night, because if they throw away something the one night, and then you go there 2 days later, that dumpster could be filled, and you could just look at the top and be like, oh, there's nothing in here, and there could be like tons and tons of money underneath that garbage, and you wouldn't even know.
So, I mean, it's persistence. If we ever get any message across to anybody watching these videos, it's persistence. You have to go as much as you can whenever you can. If you're into this, if you're just looking for fun, then hell, go whenever. But if you're looking to actually find good stuff, every chance you can. I go every day. Marcus goes every day. You seem to go every day, for the most part, when you can. So
I go every day.
awkward silence.
Yeah, there's not many really questions anymore.
Do you guys watch The Speedy Diver? I've seen him, but I hate to throw this out there. I hate to be this guy. When I first got into diving, I watched everybody. Now that I'm diving and making my own channel and stuff, time kind of goes out the window. So it's like you watch the people that you're really close to, or if you become friends with, or that really interest you, and everybody else is there when you get there. So I've seen him, just not enough to really hook me yet. Like maybe one episode. Nothing against the guy. Probably killer. I mean, I think when I looked at him, his sub count was just going out the roof. So he's got to be doing something good. But it's, you know, I watch people when I can, but when you got to watch Marcus for 30 days straight, that kind of takes away everything.
Yeah. That was hard doing 30 days of dumpster diving.
Yeah, I had that initial thought to do that before I met you. And then
That's
watching
hard.
yours, I'm just glad I didn't do it.
Well, Dan, you got to start posting some more videos.
Yeah, man.
I know. I really started doing that. I made a few, but then I got started with school. I just been crazy
Yeah,
busy.
true. It's cool.
Well, where's a good place to get a wire stripper, Marcus?
Wire stripper?
Yeah, that was asked towards you.
I have one. It's TNT Tooling. It is like a $60 wire stripper, but that thing is ridiculous. And they're lifetime warranty on the blades and everything. So if the blades dull out, you just send them back and they'll send you brand new ones. TNT Tooling. That's about all the questions we have here.
Yeah, I see one more for now about reselling. Amazon or eBay? What are we going with? Are we going with both?
eBay.
Yeah, eBay seems the fastest, cash, quick, and Amazon just annoys me.
I found that Amazon has like a lot of restrictions on what I could sell. Like it wouldn't let me sell specific brands, so I just kind of gave up on it and went to eBay.
I'm trying to read comments.
Alright.
Big old things of protein, like $85 for 2 of them. I'm like, dude, what?
Okay, I think we're about done here now, don't you think? I tried selling college books on Amazon. Very frustrating. But yeah, thanks a lot for being on the show.
All right, thank you guys.
I'll put all your information down below for everybody could go follow you on Instagram and YouTubes and all that whatnot. Is that the only platforms you're on?
Yeah, just Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, Instagram's the best, I think.
Yeah, that's my where I put everything. My Instagram.
That's what's up. And as always, all these all these links will be down below. And as always, like we've stated in our other podcast, this is our 3rd one. I'm kind of stoked that this keeps going. I'm really, really happy that Dumpster Dan decided to get in here with us. All the profits that this video / podcast should bring will go to charity. A kids charity. I'm not sure what charity it'll be yet. We might be up to $2 now, and that's awesome because $2 more than we had to give to charity. So all profits go to charity, and so on and so forth. Hopefully Dan will come back with us in a future episode if he wants to. If you hey, if you guys know anybody else that you want to see in these videos, comment below. I'm sure the live chat will go away here shortly. I'm not really sure how this works. Comment below, even after this video posts up as normal. Let us know who you'd like to see. Maybe we can reach out to them and get a hold of them. The next video will probably just be Marcus and myself.
Yep.
And let me stop the ship. If you actually are listening to us as a podcast form on your ride to work or whatever, the website Podbean is really expensive and they suck. So I'm in the process of looking at different websites right now. So when we get that going, I'll have all these episodes loaded up and I'll let you guys know where it's at. So don't worry, you can listen to us soon. But other than that, that's all I got to say. As I would tell you, like, subscribe, or don't. These guys can sign off how they'd like to.
You guys have a scrap and good night.
What you got to say, Dan?
All right, I just want to say thanks again for the opportunity. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, enjoy your night.
See you guys.
All right, see ya.